Okay, we're live. Happy Friday to you, my friend.
Happy Friday. It's a beautiful day to be alive.
It is. So you see what my coffee mug says? It says, celebrate the small victories.
Seems like all we get anymore is the small ones, but I'll take a series of small ones every day of the week over the big ones because it's progress. Progress is makes me happy.
100%. Same here. I'm with you. Kelly, you were in Florida today. How's the weather there? Looks tropical.
It is it's a little bit muggy, it's a little bit balmy, but it's better than the 18 degrees in Michigan. Got a lot of stuff going on down here, getting things ready for our growth down here in Florida.
Good. Good. So Kelly, today we're talking about Microsoft increases. Welcome to the new world of software firms raising their prices as well as everybody else. So what's going on in the Microsoft software world?
Well, it's not necessarily software. This is specifically related to Microsoft Office 365.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it, it's that monthly fee that you pay to Microsoft for email and their applications. And as you know, that's what makes the world go round. So they did the inevitable, and this is how software as a service and or the monthly fee, the downtrodden's of it is that you're kind of at their mercy. But there's positives and negatives of this. It's their first ever price increase. They have added a bunch of features and functionality, and specifically Teams, and they're giving us a little bit of leeway. So positives and negatives, but this is the new world we live in. The world we live in is cost driven, and we got to build in price increases. And whether you like it or not, inflation is coming, and everything's going to cost a little bit more in the next couple of years. You've already seen the Fed come out and say we're going to raise rates 3 to 4 times this year to battle inflation. So we just got to be smart. And this is what today's corner is to talk about is, hey, this Microsoft increase is happening, and usually sometimes they pull things back, but they're not. It happens March 1st. And if you're direct with Microsoft, you've already been working with them. If you're going through a managed service provider like NTM, we're trying to mitigate the increase because the increase is as much as 45 to 50%. So it's not tiny. So it's coming.
Yeah. So what does that mean for a business? What does that mean for your clients at NTM? What does that mean for prospects? How much should they be looking at their bills potentially going up?
Well, what it means is, it's like I said, if we do nothing, if National Technology Management and everybody that has a Office 365, Microsoft Business 365 account, they're going to see an increase of 45% is what Microsoft is saying. Now, we're still continuing to work with with Microsoft and trying to negotiate a contract with them to mitigate the increase to be 25%. But the bad news is you're looking at a 25% increase. Now, most of the plans are anywhere from $5 to $25. So think about it. 25% of $5 is $1. But if you have 100 accounts, $100 times the year. But the way that Microsoft worked this is most of the plans that NTM positions is $20 because it's just cost effective, gives you all the added features and functionality. So a 25% increase in that is $5. So it's not teeny tiny.
Yeah.
We just need to budget for it. I wish that we would have communicated it sooner and better. It's just with Microsoft and the pandemic, it was very fluid until right now, about a month before it happened. So everybody can anticipate a 25% increase across the board.
Yeah. Do you feel like the way that Microsoft rolled it out was good? Were there improvements that they could have made? Like, what does that whole process look like?
It's everything can always be better, and hindsight is 2020. And you can always look at something, oh man, it would have been nice if they would have gradually increased it. And heck, do we really want to increase it as we seem to be coming out of this pandemic and inflation is hitting? I do believe that, Microsoft is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I think the timing could have been better. Okay. But it's like saying, should we have masked up? Should we have locked down for the pandemic? Time will tell.
Yeah.
But as you know, with us, we're tenacious as can be. Nothing, it's pivot or perish, and we're just going to we're going to deal the cards we're to play the hand that they dealt us.
Yeah.
Microsoft is who we recommend. G Suite will follow suit. This is the way life is. So this is just, I wanted to let people know that, hey, we're going to have an increase. There's nothing we can do about it. It's like the increase in the mortgage rates, the increase of the cost of groceries, the increase of gas. It is what it is. So I suggest that whatever your core line of business is, we do it faster, better, and raise revenues, because things are going to cost us more.
Yeah. So I have two questions. Number one, how does it impact nonprofits or non-for-profits or municipalities or government entities who haven't probably had increases from their outsourced service provider in a long time? And a lot of those verticals, those industries don't have to pay increased prices because of the programs that Microsoft has. And then B, typically what happens is, Microsoft is the 900-pound gorilla in the room, right? So when they raise prices, everybody follows. And what does that mean? So first question, how does this impact nonprofits? So non-for-profit businesses, are their prices going to potentially go up? And then B, do you, Kelly, see a trend or anticipate other software suites doing the same thing as Microsoft?
Two very, very good questions, and very big and loaded questions. So I'm going to separate them. The number one, this is why I love you, Dave. You're so smart and brilliant, and I just look forward to these Fridays. So what does it mean to nonprofits? As I said, this is a fluid situation, and we do a lot of nonprofits. So the lowest end Microsoft product is free. So thank you, Microsoft. The problem with the lowest end one is nobody uses it anymore. So we don't know what the answer is, and I'm working on that with our Microsoft partner. In a week, I'll have it. You say, well, Kelly, why the heck did you have this technology corner, and explain this? Because it's happening within the next month. So we had to at least let people know that, hey, this is coming. So my guess is that it's going to be, I would assume, the worst, 25% across the board, including the nonprofits. But I'm going to put an asterisk on that because we don't know. We didn't ask that question, and we should have, because we are a huge nonprofit provider, and anything NTM can do to absorb those costs for our nonprofit partners, we will, because we like to give back to the community. So
yeah, for sure.
Great question on that one. The second thing is, yes, we are being squeezed by all of our vendors, all of them, and in many cases, let me walk that back. In a few cases, we are making changes to our providers because of that. Microsoft, unfortunately, you got two options: Microsoft and Google. And since we're such a security conscious company, we get nervous about the Google's and G Suite's security policies and procedures and lack thereof. So this is not to knock Google in any way. I love them. We support them. We use them. We want to become experts at one, and we're experts at the Office Suite, Microsoft Office Suite. So I'll leave vendors' names out, but we do have some backup companies, some backup disaster recovery companies that are giving us a little bit of a grief, saying, hey, we're going to increase your rates if you don't do this, this, and this. And then we have some that are just increasing our rates. And I know we put that video out, said NTM is not increasing their rates. And NTM, for our monitoring, maintenance, and fix for the NTMs, that we are not increasing our rates. But unfortunately, the underlying vendors are. So we're going to see some price increases that we have to pass along to our clients. But the NTM core services are not being increased whatsoever. Now, they're being enhanced, added on. And unfortunately, when we do things like this, companies are cutting corners and leaving themselves exposed for the ransomware, which you hear us rant and raving about every single week, which is causing more ransomware to happen. And so what NTM is doing to pivot is adding more protection. And what seems like our bills are going up, we're adding more services. So as other companies, maybe our competitors are retracting and looking this as a nervous time, we're looking at this as a positive time, saying, hey, as you're nervous and retracting, we're getting better and enhancing our products. So this is a great time to be in business. This is winning season. It is time to push harder, and not to retract, to push forward and persevere, and the strong will survive and thrive, in fact.
Yeah. So talk to me about line of business applications. So should law firms, nonprofits, their donor CRM software, think of a law firm with their court softwares and their document management softwares. Like, are all of these things, are we potentially looking at price increases across the board, not just for your operational suite, but for your line of business applications too? Potentially.
Man, I can't sugarcoat that, Dave. You absolutely. And
Yeah.
this is the negative about everything as a service. I mean,
Yeah.
you think of your electrical companies, the water company, anything thing you pay for at your homes, everything is going up. And it's not to scare you. This is what happens of the ebbs and flows of the economy and the world. So we have to be very careful and trust our government that they're going to make these increases correct with the Fed to decrease inflation so we can stabilize this.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be an economy thing,
No.
Econ 101 thing, but we do have to prepare, and hopefully companies have stockpiled some cash and people have stockpiled cash that for what could be some tight days. Now, we are not one of those. We have done exactly what I just said. Stockpiled cash, both personally and professionally. We are in a great position to withstand this upcoming economic storm, and we're adding customers left and right because we're protecting them against the other battle that everybody's battling, which is ransomware. So
Yeah.
It is a great time at NTM, and we're loving life. And as you know, that we have never been positioned better to partner with any organization that is concerned about either two of these issues. And we're working diligently with all of our providers to mitigate any price increases, even if it requires signing contracts, signing volume commitments. We are very comfortable putting our necks out to protect our clients. And it's something that we've been doing for 25 years, which we haven't even talked about. This is 25 years anniversary of NTM. I forgot to pump that out. 25 years in business, and this business is wild, wicked, awesome. We've been here for 25 years. We're going to be here for 25 years more. Dave, when we first started in the business, we were putting in our first internet connections at companies. And I just ordered 2 gig circuits for a company here in Florida. We were installing DSL, and people are like, what do I need this internet for? And now here we are, worried about Office 365 increases and ransomware. And man, the next 25 years are going to be fun. And guess who's going to be here to protect you? NTM, Kelly Siegel, Dave Scott, and my whole entire work family.
Yeah, I love it. So Kelly, it's an investment, right? I always look at technology, and we've seen those cost increases from our service providers and our line of business applications here at SGS. And so it's a cost of doing business. It's not huge. Is it mildly annoying? Sure it is, but it's just part of the investment. So I totally get it.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you, and I apologize.
Yeah.
Remember, when you're getting Office 365, we're getting a lot behind it. We're getting a lot of protection suite. We utilize a lot of what's included in Office 365. So Teams is included. They're getting better. Everything is enhancing, and Microsoft is working with us diligently. So it's not like they're going, hey, we're raising the rates and we're not giving you anything. They have worked very hard behind the scenes to provide a very stable product and integrate with a lot of these line of business applications. We're not getting nothing. And this is the first increase since it's been out. So it is long overdue. Hopefully the next one isn't for another 5 years, or they do what other companies do and stagger these increases. But this isn't Microsoft being the 10,000 pound behemoth. It's long overdue to do an increase, but it could have been done better. So we're getting a lot of bang for our buck. If you're not using Teams to its fullest and Teams calling, which NTM is a standard, we use the integrated phone system into Teams. There is some efficiencies that we pick up for this price increase. Like, as you know, right now, I can do everything from my backyard in Florida, including phone calls, including video conferencing, including Teams videos. It is really efficient, and we are moving everybody over to it. And they're still after we streamline everything, we still save money even with these increased costs. So great time to reevaluate everything you're doing and streamline all efficiencies and technology.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it sounds like they're adding extra value for those cost increases, what I hear you saying.
Well, they've added it for the last several years, and it's cool. Like I said, it's long overdue. But you look at Microsoft, and you go, Jesus, Bill Gates a billionaire, and everybody's a billionaire, and why do you need to do this? And everything has its silos of buckets, and Office 365 obviously isn't meeting their profitability standards, and everybody should understand that.
Yeah, 100%. Kelly, we go live every Friday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Is there any parting words you have for the audience today as we're watching?
Yeah, it's just enjoy life, man. Be kind, love yourself, and love life. None of this stuff is deal breakers. We only die once. We live every day. We only die once. So enjoy yourself and be kind to each other. And NTM's got your back, and so do I, and so the whole team here at NTM.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kelly. This was a great call. We will see you next Friday at 9:15 Eastern.
Talk to you, man. Have a great day. Happy Friday.
You too.